Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of the Rule 34 podcast. I'm your host, Jack, joined by my fellow co-host,
Dominic.
Alright, so we missed out last week, which sucks because we wanted to do something Halloween themed, but college, right?
College got us good with assignments, midterms, essays to do.
The absolute worst.
It sucks when, there are currently fires going on, around the South Bay area.
Yeah.
When we have the elections going on. We have exams to take care of. We also got to take care of, our own lives, our daily lives, and such. I mean, it's been pretty tough, How was your Halloween, Jack? With everything that's been going on.
My plans were ruined.
Could you elaborate?
So for those who don't know, Coraline is one of my favorite movies of all time. Arguably, probably my favorite movie of all time, actually. Definitely top 5. I've always enjoyed it, even when I watched it as a kid, despite many people saying it was a scary movie and they didn't know how it was for kids. I didn't really find it scary. I also have the book, and I've not gotten fully through it, but I mainly got it to see what the differences between the movie and the book really were like, because I've heard the book is actually scarier.
Right.
So, I got it to kind of compare that. Again, I haven't gone fully through and done a full analysis to really see it, but so, obviously it's like one of my favorite things. I can't remember if I have it on disc, but I was too lazy to look, especially because my movie discs are all over the place. But I remember it being on Netflix, and so my plan was to go watch it, read the book, have a Halloween theme for Halloween, especially since it was on a Saturday. I wasn't going to be doing anything else. Wake up, do a couple more things, then I go to Netflix, bam, it's not there.
Oh, yeah, I've heard.
Netflix just, they keep making it hard to consider keeping it,
I mean, it's not always Netflix's fault because of licensing, policies and such like that. But, I mean, yeah, it sucks that they couldn't keep Coraline up for this Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's an essential, bro. That's up there with The Nightmare Before Christmas, The Corpse's Bride, 9. Do you know how I said we wanted to record one for Halloween, right?
Yeah.
The sole purpose of that was so that I can ask you about, which I ended up asking you later on in one of our group chats, about Scary Godmother.
Oh,
and that whole thing. I don't know if they still run it, but that was a staple of our childhood. Was that every Halloween that was on, I think, Cartoon Network.
Oh yeah, it's always been there. I think they still do it. I'm not sure if they still did it this year. I have not checked.
I don't know.
They played old school Halloween movies like Monster House and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm not lying when I say this. I haven't used cable in like cable TV in the longest time. So I wouldn't know what's going on with all that, but yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, cable seems I don't want to be harsh, but it seems useless at this point,
Yeah.
Because, and it also seems pointless. Because think about it, before cable was you have your base cable, right?
Yes.
And, you get, the basic channels, and then you can upgrade to get access to more, exclusive channels, right?
Yeah.
But then we moved on to, oh, look, here, internet services where you can have everything for, the one price, instead of having to pay for all these different subscriptions to cable channels, right?
Yeah.
But then that turned into, oh, well, now here's all these different streaming services, and you have to subscribe to all these different ones to get all the content you want, you know? So it's basically like we started off with, oh, streaming services are the end of cable, and then streaming services just ended up turning into cable, you know?
Yeah.
It was so dumb.
I think what's also worse is that streaming services also started to branch off. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, let's say like one major like cable brand, like let's say I don't know, Spectrum provided like a basic service, but I believe that's one like, and that, you know, let's say Spectrum for some reason, and for some reason, you know, I believe Spectrum also provides Disney Channel for free, I think. But then Disney Channel has its own, you know, streaming service where you could, you know, only watch exclusive movies from, you know, if you pay for their services.
Yeah. And yeah, like a bunch of streaming services end up signing, you know, deals with other companies to only get their content exclusive on there, you know. And that just ruins everything.
Exactly. You gotta start paying more.
Yeah, instead of,
sucks.
Because if you remember at the beginning, Netflix, it's $10 for, it was essentially everything, you know. You had Marvel movies on there, DC on there. You had different shows from like the different channels that you saw on cable, like NBC and stuff. But then all these other ones started branching out, you know, Hulu and then Disney Plus and Amazon Prime, and then like the company started signing exclusive deals, and now it's like, well, now you're no longer paying $10 for everything. You're now paying $40 just to be able to get all that access that you used to be able to for $10.
Yeah, exactly, dude. It's all a market. Mm-hmm. They just want the profits at the end of the day.
Yeah, and going back to our last episode, you know, you could. I don't know if you can apply it the same way to the music streaming services, because, you know, not many artists sign exclusive deals to only have their music streamed there, you know. Yeah. Unless, you know, they pull a Jay-Z and create their own streaming platform.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
But, yeah, you know, it's more in the movie one, but I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, the music scene starts... I mean, I don't know if they would, because, you know, I think that would cause... how would you say? That would be a loss for them in terms of, like, sales and streams, you know? They'd make less off of that.
Yeah, you normally want to have your music played on every, you know, platform available.
Yeah.
So that everyone gets to hear it. Oh, yeah, what's up?
You know what you could apply it to?
What?
Gaming. Think about it. Twitch is usually the main one, but we've seen Facebook come out with like a streaming service. You've seen YouTube add streaming to their channels and stuff. Yeah. I mean, Mixer had come out, but that's done for now. But they had come out, and to make waves, they signed a bunch of big streamers to exclusive deals, you know?
Yeah.
And you see that still now, you know? Some people are exclusively signed to streaming on Twitch, you know? Some are exclusively to YouTube gaming, you know?
You have a point.
The only difference there is it's free.
Yeah.
You know? No, you don't have to pay to watch these people, which is what I like. You know? You could subscribe to them in terms of Twitch, you know, if you sub, you're paying for that. But it's not a requirement, you know. The only thing subbing gets you is what is it, no ads?
Yeah, you get no ads, and I think you get like faster speeds, I think. Possibly.
Also, if they have certain emotes, which are essentially just emojis.
Yeah.
But again, you know, you look at that and it's like, there's no real need to sub, you know.
Yeah.
The only thing you get stuck with is like, I don't know if you get more in your experience, but in my experience with Twitch, I only get one 30-second ad at the beginning when I tune into a stream, and then no ad pops up ever again.
I mean, for me, I just I have ad block, so you know, I get no ads.
Smart man.
Unless there are manual ads, because there's difference between automated ads and manual ads. Because because the streamer can just play their own ads like by force, so even if you don't have an ad block, you're still gonna have to watch the ad.
Yeah.
But if it's being played by Twitch, however, then you can then if you would have any form of ad block, you just like move on into the stream.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, I feel you. I mean, see, I feel like a lot of services have tried to bite into that whole subscribe thing, or subscription service, to get benefits. And I feel like if anyone's really trying to enforce that, it's YouTube. Have you seen how YouTube is lately?
Yeah.
With its ads? I mean,
yeah.
they're getting brave with their ads, man.
Yeah, like double unskippable ads. What are they thinking?
Yeah, and like they're both gonna be like 15 seconds.
15 seconds, dude. That's insanity. It's just like a good 30 seconds, but like those 30 seconds are absolutely like infuriating if you just want to get to the video.
Yeah. I mean, dude.
Especially when like trying to listen to a song,
Yeah, like those are the worst. When you put an ad like in the middle of a song, like why?
Well, that's even worse.
And like the worst ones are like when you go to a video and there's like a bunch of ads spread out throughout it.
Yeah.
I would definitely say the worst. And people would be like, "Oh, it's not that long," but like when they hit you with back-to-back 5-second ads.
Well, that's worse.
And it's like I just want to skip,
Yeah.
Like it's like they're getting so annoying with ads. Like I know, people like to say like, "Oh, the ads are to help revenue for the YouTubers," but at the same time, it's like these ads are just annoying. Like I would rather like. Actually, I don't know what I'd rather do, but I just hate the ads.
Agreed.
It's like commercials, Going back to the TV thing. You could be watching something really good and then they go to a commercial like right at the most intense moment. The only difference is with YouTube, it's like it just kills the vibe.
Yeah, exactly. But what's even worse is like when the commercial is within the video.
Oh.
Like if like a YouTuber is sponsored, then I mean you could like quickly skip through, but then if you skip too much, you have to go all the way back to like right where the sponsor ends.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean I get why they do sponsored videos, but like at the same time it gets annoying when it's the same. When you realize a lot of YouTubers are getting the same sponsored ads or same sponsored games,
Exactly.
I mean, how many months did we have to go of hearing this video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends?
Or like this video is sponsored by Manscaped.
Honey.
Honey, exactly.
What are some other ones? I'm trying to think of what are some other ones I've heard. Squarespace. It's like...
Yeah.
So annoying. But one thing we forgot to ask about, well, we kind of asked about it, but we didn't elaborate further into it, is how have we been, Dominic?
How have we been?
Yes, how have you been so far? We took a week off, as we mentioned, because of how school was piling onto our schedule, but how have you been so far, man?
So far, I think I've been pretty well. Actually, last week, we got a cat. And this is like the first time we ever owned a pet.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a 4-month-old tabby cat. So like it's a really common like breed cat. It's a pretty, it's actually pretty calm. Like it's right here. It's like literally sleeping next to me, and it's just laying about. And my parents also wanted to have a cat, but like starting off, with a cat, and and then we also have college, and then we have the virus going on. So it was a little, stressing trying to deal with everything all at once, but so far it's been pretty good. College has been something lately. There's been some unfortunate events going on. There's been some passing of students because of the horrible stress that's going on in college. But I mean, on good terms, students were able to be given like a free how do you call it, like a pass no pass like grading system, in which students are given like more flexible grading ways. How do you call it, more ways to be given a flexible schedule for themselves, so that's a good thing. Everyone's been stressing out this week over the elections. As we know, I don't want to get into politics, but there's the battle between